home this week. Now, up until about 4 minutes ago, I found out that it wasn't going to be tomorrow. Initially, it was going to be tomorrow. And when I tell you, man, your boy was on the struggle bus. I was on the struggle bus, man. Because I was the person during our training. I was like, I ain't getting attached. I don't care, but I ain't getting attached. You can't nobody hold me down. And
Oh no, I got to keep on moving.
right, and for 7 years, I was right. Like it wasn't that. Like I was cool. Man, when they told us on like the 28th that the girls were going home on the 1st, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, you for real? Yeah, yeah.
They ain't,
they
they
was
ain't try to put on April Fools on
mm-mm. No, no. It was one of those things where you don't realize how attached you are. Like like
you. Yeah,
those your people. This you treat them like they're yours. And because for all intents and purposes, after you start feeding them, it's about over with. Like you have
yeah,
assumed a level of guardianship when you start feeding them on a consistent basis. And so,
yeah.
yeah, when we got that phone call, I was just like, damn, it's damn. I feel some kind of way. Like, damn, this messed up. Like, I feel some kind of way. And then
Is
it
this
was
the
part of
longest, the
yeah,
longest group that you had?
up there. Hey, up there with the boy. The boy was
Okay,
here for a
okay.
minute. Yeah, he was here for a minute. He made it over 2 years. The longest has
Wow.
been just like a little bit over 2 years for any of them. And like with him, it was different when he went back. Yeah, there was an attachment, but not like that. Just
Yeah.
because of how stuff was playing out in the process. But then when
Okay.
you started talking about like we had these little girls as babies, you know what I'm saying? And then so you all those little baby milestones, you hit them, bam, bam, bam.
Hmm.
First walking and talking and all those things, and man, bro, it kind of got to me. It kind of got to me, and then
Yeah, that's tough.
the baby girl, the one who be like, this my daddy. Like he take care of you, but this is my daddy. The older sister tried to use that against her and was like, "Hey, I got your daddy," because she was trying to hustle. She was trying to hustle the attention away by saying, "I got your daddy," so she can go take a toy. And when she was like,
Mm.
"Yo, I got your daddy," baby girl took the toy and bashed over the head with it. Hey yo, hey, wow. When she
That's
did
a
it,
pretty smooth tactic, though.
when she did it, I was like, I couldn't even be too mad. Couldn't even be too mad because the older sister earned it. Because she was
Yeah.
like, I'm getting ready to tease you because I'm sitting closer to your daddy than you are. And baby girl was like, mm-mm, hey, right upside the head. And all I can say is, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
Deep down, you laugh and you like,
It
but
was
you know
funny
you
as
can't do
hell. Oh, it was funny. Man, it was too damn funny. It was too damn funny because she got exactly what she asked for. Like it wasn't. She didn't even think about it. It wasn't even no. It wasn't even no thought process. She just heard and it was like, "Oh, you got my daddy, huh? Bet." And then she swung on. I was like, "Listen, the older you get, the less you're gonna be able to do that. Trust me. Like you're not gonna be one to do that to some of these little boys out here. It's like, hey, I'm with your man, and the first thing you do is start swinging on the chick. Like
she,
that's
she started
that's what
early
she was.
though.
Yeah, she got it. She was like,
She
and,
staked
and
that claim early.
look, swung on her sister for her daddy. That's crazy. But I found a
Yeah,
favorite
that's
foster parent.
hard. I don't see how y'all do that. I commend y'all for that one because I couldn't do it.
This, I will say, this was the this was the first one that's been tough, but they didn't give us the same type of problems. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like,
Okay.
so outside of like having to teach them to do everything, they didn't give us those same type of problems. Like the first girl that we had,
I got
and all of that stuff. The white kids that we had. Like, I'm about to do. I'm gonna do a podcast one of these days.
you.
I said I'm gonna start it, and it's gonna be dealing with them kids. It's gonna be about foster parenting. My dad said I shouldn't do it because I'll run parents away. But
um,
no, look. I'm just gonna be being honest.
yeah, I mean, and on top of that, that's that's the good thing about that is you don't have to deal with it for a long time. It's not like you have to. It's not like they become like when you have kids, like you have to deal with it because they're
Some,
yours. You know
some
what
do.
I'm saying?
Yeah, some do. Not
They
all of them
understand
go.
that long.
Yeah, not all of them go back home.
Wow.
Like the idea of it is reunification. Like when you're in the foster care system and not up for adoption. That's what the idea
Oh,
is.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So we got into it with the understanding that they will go. The goal is for them to go back home, and we just
Okay.
we try to refurbish what all has been going on. Like we bring you in, shine you up, keep you good until your folks get their stuff together, and hopefully they get a kid that's learned some things and experienced some things that they might not have gotten a chance to while they've been with us. You hope
Okay.
it don't always go like that.
No,
It
I'm
don't
sure it
always
don't.
go like that. But man, I was packing up their stuff today, and I was up here. I was sad. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
woo,
that's gonna be
child.
tough right there.
Woo.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna have to drop a few tears when you let them when you put them in that car seat.
Hey man, it almost happened, bro. Like it almost happened. I was close, man. I was close.
Mm.
It was all up in here. It was all up in the throat. Like dang,
Oh, it said. Oh, I thought you meant it was gonna be tomorrow.
the up until a few minutes ago, they let us push it back to Friday so that Naya would be able to come home from where she is
Okay.
to
Okay.
see them because when she left on Friday, she left thinking that they was going all three of them was gonna be back. On when she got back, and at
Okay.
this point, it one gone, and they was about to take the other two, and so yeah,
Mm.
it's crazy when it happened like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang,
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm not out here kicking it, and this is happening. Like, I'm actually out here legit trying to make a living now, and it's the day that the kids that I done took care of for 2 years, over 2 years, you know, y'all got to
Wow.
look out for your people one time, and
Man.
so I give it to them on this one. They did extend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
And the problem comes in when you try to do the right thing. Parenting is a labor of love. Oh yeah. Look, so you know how like the saying is you can never repay your parents like for what they did for you coming up. because you just until you have kids, you have no idea all the shit that they saved you from that it seemed like they were just hating.
Yeah. And then you
And
try to do it now, and you see the same thing that you did.
yeah, you see it, and it's like, oh damn. I'm glad. I'm glad we wasn't that bad, but we
Yeah.
did do stuff, but we wasn't this. Like we wasn't, you know, overly
I was
traumatized and taking out the home and all that other stuff like that. That's
I
wild. I
was
couldn't
just telling
imagine.
my son that stuff about how they got phones and stuff now. Like, man, I don't know if we. I told him I don't know how we would have been if I had phone. We
You,
were just talking about like 10 minutes before I got over there. We were just talking about that.
hey, listen, if you had a phone, you would be. And I feel like at that time, all of like if we 14, 15 years old with a phone, we out here finding all those magazines that was in the back seat and up under the seat of them our uncle's vehicles and whatnot. Like we can find the magazines right here on our phone.
All them hustlers.
All the hustlers, the pink magazine.
The one that
Like,
come in that black wrap. Come in that black wrapper, you gotta can't nobody see through it.
we know when we see them, we know what y'all doing. At this when I worked for the city up in Chicago, all of the work trucks, all of the city work trucks had at least three of those magazines in it. It's so out of pocket. It's so out of pocket. I was like, what y'all doing? Y'all
Yeah,
out
of
here
course they were.
taking them trucks
Niggas
to the
all up,
woods and pulling it.
folks all up in the room like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Zooming
see you,
in.
Foxy Brown.
Hey, who you? I know that's right. Hey man, before we get into the show, I had a moment. I had a moment where this lady came to our house, and I stopped listening to anything that she said because I didn't like where her glasses were. And then she started talking. Her glasses ended up down here.
So you stopped
Mailman,
listening because of her glasses.
mailman, I couldn't pay attention to what she was saying because her glasses was down here. They started right here. They was normal-ish. And then as she was talking to my wife and I, them joints kept sliding, kept sliding, kept sliding. They was down here. And she was acting like she see it. I'm like,
She
you
got used
can't
to it.
see it. Why are they down here? And I'm like, I can't listen to you because these glasses are bothering me. You,
Yeah, it's hard to pay attention to something that's off on somebody.
man, it was too much for me, man. I was just like, yo, I'm
That
already,
that's the
I
same
already got
look.
problems.
That's the same look I have when people had that white stuff right there. You know what I'm talking about?
That spackle.
Yeah, that extra spit, and they be talking, and they be sitting there talking to me, and I can see it right there, and I have to like look away while they talking because if I don't, I'm gonna be like,
You
the
gonna,
look on my face would be, I know it'd be like this.
I had a
Mm.
basketball, my 10th grade basketball coach. He had the spackle, and it connected from the top to the bottom. Sometimes
Oh,
he'd have it in the middle. Like I'm like, hey, you need to drink some water.
but you got the cotton mouth. You got
You need to
you got
drink
that
some
cotton
water.
mouth.
Or you can have somebody do this to get it off. Hold on one second. I got a video to show how to get that off. Hold on.
Oh, you can! Wow. Got him! Help! You're concerned about the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the hostages back?
Oh man,
You
oh man,
you got to get
that's how
fired
you,
after that.
that's how you get it off right there. You just use one of those and you okay? Oh, that's so funny. That's funny to me. Oh my
The
god.
look on his face though. The look
He
on his
was
face, like really.
oh, I don't know. I don't know how it just played perfectly into that video. It just how it happens. How it happens. But look on today's show, man. You know what? We gonna finish out this People Be Peoplin Bracket. We also go. Yeah, I was gonna talk about this Marvin Sapp thing. I kind of heard the explanation. I feel like I don't want to talk about it no more. And so I'm
I didn't hear. What's the explanation? I didn't
okay.
read it.
Well,
Somebody posted, but I didn't get it. I didn't read it.
because I've been making jokes about it all weekend. I just been making jokes, not to the point where when people see some stuff, they go run with it, and we live in a real emotional society in which they got a lot of time and energy to make death threats and pull up on the kids and excuse me, talk
Yeah.
crazy, talk crazy to them, and it's like, man, like, where y'all get all this time from? And
Hey, I've
so
been on them all week. I've been on it ever since I heard it. I ain't even gonna joke with you. I've been meme posting, video posting. I've been on it because I didn't hear the explanation. I got to hear the explanation because I listen. I
he went
don't
on
know
Ricky
about
Smiley. He went on Ricky Smiley this morning, and this is about an 11-minute clip, and he describes it as it was an international church convention in which for the organization that was running it, like that money wasn't at his church. It was at this international convention. And there
hmm
was a lot of stuff going on in the back. And so he was like, I told them to close those doors. And I don't know if we got 10,000, 20,000. 40 was the number, and I hope it was more, but I don't remember where it got to because I never saw any of it. Now, he did go, like he said, like you said, it wasn't at his church, but then he went into this whole thing where he was talking about I was paying um, $30,000 a year or something like that back to the church that I was pastoring at, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good, but we ain't asked nothing about that.
hmm
Let's talk about this video. And he was like, well, maybe talked about his tone probably being a little out of sorts, but he wasn't telling nobody to lock the door. He wasn't holding nobody hostage and stuff like that. But it wasn't AI. So what it looked like and what it sounded like is just weird when it come back up a year later, and it can be it can look like it looked.
That was see. I listen. I understand that. I don't know if I understand it, but I hear the explanation about stuff going on in the back. But that man didn't say close the doors.
He said,
Did he
shut
say?
them. He said,
So he said
I
shut.
know. Yeah, shut those doors. Shut them doors. So it sounded like
Okay.
he sounded real aggressive when he said, like, shut them doors.
Real aggressive.
Shut,
See,
get
I gotta
straight,
go back.
straight
I
up.
gotta go back and watch the video because I don't know if you just say shut the doors like that. If it's just people just walking in and out, or I don't know. But
You
it's
try
funny
not
though.
to have, you try not to have people leaving while you're trying to fill the collection plates up. Now, I need everybody I want you to come up here and drop that off. See, it costs. I'll put y'all $40 away. It cost y'all $100 to be up here. So y'all bring out the C-note blessings. Them out there can drop the dub. And if you're looking online, you go ahead and drop a dub too. You know, as a matter of fact, just touch your phone on the offering plate as you come through, just to show that you did it. With your cash app up. Yeah.
But not only that, he was telling the usher to come up here to the front with the plates. I want to see it.
I want to see it.
Come
So,
on,
and
man.
no, man. So what they don't want to do, what they don't want to have happen is exactly what Pops is talking about. Closing doors during offering time is kind of common now. There are individuals that like to make withdrawals at offering time, and
Hmm.
so he did mention like people will run up in the church and at gunpoint try to get it in during tithes and offering time. I get not wanting people to be out here making withdrawals and whatnot. I also
Hmm.
understand that as somebody who's been to like church conventions and long services and whatnot, you pass that collection plate around more than twice, there's gonna be some attitudes up in there. Like people gonna lose a little bit of that religion that they had when they first got there. They be like, "Look, Lord, I don't know why you didn't tell them that this first time that offering wasn't enough because you passed this collection plate around. I'm getting up. I'm leaving. He
Yeah,
already
they said
preached.
it so many times.
Like, what you need now? Like that's the
Yeah,
people be like,
but I get the offer. I get all that, but for him to be so specific, I'm not with the whole specific part of telling people how much. Like an offering is exactly what it is. It's an offering. You give him, you offering. It's not like a it's not like a membership or you know what I mean. But
yeah,
for him to be very that specific with it, I'm like, man, I wasn't with all that one. Because I mean,
it,
I like I said, we all grew up in well, a lot of us grew up in Baptist churches and stuff. We know how it goes with the offering. You know, they do close the doors at offer time, and people would go around the offer plate and all that. But the way he was doing it, though, man, it was.
it doesn't
I've
sit
been in a
right.
lot of churches. I ain't never heard him say, "Shut them doors, shut them doors. We on the off, shut the door."
I need to find my girl. I need to find. I need to find my girl who hit the collection plate with a pump fake. So if you had already put in what you was gonna put in, you brought in what you was gonna bring in. See, back in the day, you didn't have always all this access to your money. So
Right.
if you stopped at the ATM and you took out, $40, and that's what you was gonna put in the church, that's all you was gonna be able to do. Like you
Hmm.
put that $40 in, you couldn't. It wasn't no ATMs at the church. You didn't have Cash App. You couldn't Zelle. You wasn't doing none of that stuff. And
Yeah.
now they like, hey, just send your Cash App. I just when you walk past, I got it set to scan for only $40. Only 40. The scan is going automatic deduct.
That's crazy to think about where we are now.
It feels because there've been some. It always look funny when you see it from somebody else. You be like, y'all, y'all see that, right? Y'all see it. Let me put my glasses on. He asked for how much? I had to put my glasses on so I could hear. How much? How much y'all said? forty
I won't with that one though, man. You can't ask for a specific amount, man. I
If
ain't
it's
with
a
that one.
specific amount for a cause that you're able to put your finger on, We are trying to build a new gym.
Building fund.
Yeah, we're trying to build
Maybe
a new gym.
yeah, maybe something like that. But it has to be the members. If you're gonna do it, the ones that are the members. You know what I mean? Because it's most churches always have visitors there and stuff like this. Might bring a friend, you know. But my first thing would be like members of this church or members of the church. We're asking for this amount instead of y'all bringing or telling them to give a certain amount. You just ask.
Give me the money. Give me
Yeah,
the money.
break yourself, fool. That's what he should have said. He should have just said, close the door and break yourself, fool.
Oh shoot! That's what it felt. That's exactly what it felt like. And it's tough when it's tough when if it's not that, when it sounds like it, you be like, hey, bro, that really sounds like a jack move, fam. Like I'm not trying to hold you and tell you how to talk, but when you're talking like this,
I'll tell you how he walked up there. He walked in there. He walked up there to the pulpit. He said, excuse me, congregation. You know what this is. You know what it is. He put on that cap. He said, you know what it is, cuz. You know what it is. Close the door. Ursha, shut the door. You know what it is.
Yeah. He ain't hit him with the push icy. He ain't hit him with the icy, did he?
Yeah, he came up there with it.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. And so in about a second, I'm gonna show you what people be doing. What people be doing when that third collection plate come around. You be like, wait a minute. It can't be this now.
Did she just airdrop it?
Oh, you missed that? Hold on. Somebody on Twitter wanted to see it again. Is that like lying in church? Is that the same?
The funny part is who recording this though?
Doing it like,
who recording somebody sitting there trying to pass the offering? I don't know. Maybe they're trying to keep an eye on the offering.
She has to be notorious for doing it. That's the only way. That is the only way. But look,
man, that's funny.
Let's get into this mailbag, bro. And so,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't know which one you picked. So
I didn't know it. Okay,
we gotta hit it with the sound. We gotta hit it with the sound and put that banner up. And so we about to do Mailman's Mailbag.
So
there we go.
We in there.
Yeah, we in there.
So I start with that bottom one. That sex on the first date.
Okay.
Is that a deal breaker?
Wow.
It's a deal breaker.
You know what? As a young man.
It's always funny to hear mad dude because they always got to talk in past tense.
in the super past tense, right? If I was kicking with a chick and we went out on that date and she felt like she didn't want to do it, but she gave me a dumbass reason why, then it's 100% a deal breaker. Like even if she
Wait, wait,
didn't
wait, wait,
like it.
wait, wait. If she, wait, say that again. If she gave you a reason why she didn't want to.
Yeah. That's definitely a deal breaker. I'm gonna answer the question. I'm getting to the question though. And
Okay,
so
okay.
for somebody to go ahead and do it on the first date, it wasn't a deal breaker back in the day because I'm like, she at least confident enough to go ahead and drop it off. Now I'm hoping that you're not dropping it off all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but I, I've been given silly ass reasons, and then like I had man, this chick she wanted to give it to me on the first night, but she didn't want me to think that she was a hoe, and I'm like, well, if I thought that, it's too late. I'm still gonna think it after right now. Like what?
After that comment.
So you might as well just do it right now because I'm still gonna think it. You think I thought it? You're right. You're right. But she was like, let's wait till Friday. Now either you on your cycle or I'm not getting ready to talk to you until Friday. Most of the time they tell you, hey, I can't do it. I'm on my cycle, so we're gonna have to wait.
Right.
All right, cool. I understand that. That's not a dumbass reason. I'm not running red lights on the first date. But
Yeah.
if we out here and you like, yeah, I don't want you to think I'm a hoe, but we can do it like a week from now. Next Friday, we good. Oh yeah, deal breaker. I'm still gonna hit it,
Yes.
but it's gonna be a deal breaker. It's over with. I don't care how good it is. Ain't care how good it is. And
Oh, that's funny.
what you don't know is I have given you that is a real testimony. That
So
happened.
she basically telling.
Yeah, that really happened. You talking about a week? A week? A week? Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then after I don't talk to you no more. I ain't like the
It
reason.
wasn't. It wasn't a deal breaker for me though, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wait,
It
it's
wasn't because
not?
I. Nah. Because because I'm gonna be honest with you. The ones that I did do that are the ones that I still talk to as in friends till this day. And I'm talking about like cool as the other side of the pillow. Like, cause they were
Okay.
just straight up. You know, it wasn't no game behind it. Wasn't no I had to talk you out of it. It was they were just straight up with it. And we, like I said, till this day, I'm talking about like I can call and like no problem, like best, like cool as, like I said, I can't say best friends, but because that's a different thing. But cool as the other side of the pillow. But the one that tried to play a game and try to hold off and try to make it seem like they were like even after and we hung out even more, it was like, it I don't know, it just didn't resonate. It wasn't I don't know if it wasn't it just didn't feel what they say all the time, authentic, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But and which I'm not saying, do it for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Because if it ain't you, it just ain't you.
Right.
Don't be that way. Because if you do it or would do it, it's okay. If you don't do it, it's okay. But just be you. Don't do it in a gamey type way, in a way that you're trying to like
Yeah,
that
you don't
whole
want
what
to
the Steve Harvey like
manipulate.
that book he said that 90 day or whatever it was. Don't try to
Dumb.
do it in a don't try to do it in a gamey type way because you not being yourself. Just be yourself. If that's what you do, if you got that feeling, you got that feeling. If you don't, you don't. And like I said, the ones I did do that, the ones that were like that, like I said, the best of the friends to this day.
Man,
Still
you
got
know
each other
what?
phone numbers, text, Facebook from way back.
Hey, so I was wondering, ladies, 'cause we got a couple in the chat. Is it a deal breaker if he tries to hit it on the first date? Because
Well, Carla,
I know,
Carla,
but it's like,
it's the deal breaker it. This had nothing to do with that one. This is just years of being with somebody. It ain't got nothing to do with the sexual part. The sexual part wasn't a problem. It was as you get to know somebody. That's anybody. It's just like somebody getting married after a long time. It's like, hey, something happened that just didn't work out together. That's all. It didn't have nothing to do with them doing it on the first date. Because
yeah.
like I said, I still a lot of them was the ones that I was with longer. The ones that didn't do it, they're the ones I was we might have lasted a couple months at the most.
What's
Yeah,
your problem? You ain't want to do it. But look, I wonder if the ladies, if it's a deal breaker, if a dude try to hit it on the first date, because I almost feel like they would have some of the same questions. Like, so you try to hit all of them on the first date, or
yeah.
do you just be out here slanging your dangalang all over the place?
For
Depending
you young
on
fellas out there, young fellas, don't try it. That's your problem. That's where you mess up at. You're trying. Just let it be natural. If they gonna do it, they gonna do it. If they ain't, they a lot of women know they want to do it like within the first hour of talking to you. They know if they want to give it to you or not. But you just gotta just play it cool. Matter of fact, you can almost act like you don't even want it. Just chill, man. Just don't try to rush. Just chill. Relax. It'll come when it comes.
hey, depending on where you at, that might work against you. Pretending like you don't even want it. Just from the standpoint of if you here in Atlanta and you acting like you don't want no box, they be like, what you gay or something? You look gay or
That's
something?
true. That's
Is your
true.
gay week? You gay this week? 'Cause
But not but yeah, not so much don't want it, just but you ain't gotta force it. Don't be trying to, I get what you said though. Yeah, you're right. You try to
no,
act like you don't want
no, I get it. Like you don't wanna come off as thirsty.
it.
Thirsty
Yeah, just relax.
thirsty shows on your shirt, is all down your sleeve, it's in your eyes. It's in everything that you say. It comes off like you trying to get some when you're thirsty. You can be like, "Hey, do you
Yeah.
want a little bit of water?" And they can be like, "Oh, what you put in? You trying to hit it?" No, you look like you needed some water. You was hot. You was sweating. I had some water.
You
Mm-mm.
look a little
No,
parched. That's all.
yeah, yeah, you wanted to help me to some water and some dangling is what you wanted to do. like Like Chris Rock had this bit where he was like, "Yeah, ain't no dude out here just randomly trying to be nice to women without offering a love." And I was like,
That
"That's
was a
not
little
true."
lame.
There you go. Just sprinkle a little, sprinkle a little dangling in there. How about that? Sprinkle a little jangling in there. You know what
Hey,
I mean?
sometimes you gotta do it. You gotta sprinkle it in there.
I feel like I don't think I was ever like for a dude when you coming up, it wasn't a whole lot that you turned down. Like
Hmm.
until it started coming on a regular basis, most dudes wasn't in the position to be out here turning down box. Like no, you want to, you do
Now
for real.
you're not qualified.
Yeah, like so, like now as a married dude that's had my fun back in my young days, now it's easier not to be so thirsty, and like I know that if I tried, I could be out here bogus. I'm just not that type of
Yeah.
dude no more. But I say no more. Like back in my young days, though, hey,
Nigga, I never saw you when I came to Jonesboro.
stuff was happening. Oh man, that's because you got that past the kicking the time, man. I was
Way
already,
past.
I was already in shutdown mode.
Nigga,
See,
I was there at 2 p.m. You was Ain't never seen you.
At 2, I was eating in the gym.
The
I
wigwam.
was in the gym hoop. Yeah, I was out there trying to hustle up some of them flex cards so I can get some snacks.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, the
Got to get them.
wigwam. Shout out to the wigwam.
Man, man, those were some days. We ate so bad. We ate so damn bad.
Your burger with
It was
fire
good.
though.
Yeah, it was real out of pocket, but yeah, we were crushing them burgers. Crushing them burgers. But look, we got about 15 minutes left. We gonna get into this. We gonna get into the Sweet 16 of the People Be Peoplin Bracket. In the first matchup on the online side of the game. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go to relationships and friends first. In the first matchup, we got cheating. They made it. They made it on to the next round. They are facing off against Days Past Welcome. These are the People Be People in Behaviors bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Man, one of my dogs just farted and it stank. Like for real, for real. Dang.
Yeah, well, I don't like people farting around me right there. That right there. She be always talking about how natural it is. That's the reason right there. I don't care how natural it is. That's the stink.
Wow. They've been eating eggs. Damn. All right.
That boy out there eating rabbit grass.
I just cut the grass today. I cut the grass before it rained. So cheating versus stays past welcome. Are we good with cheating being worse than somebody staying past their welcome?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I got to go with cheating is worse.
Yeah, I think one of them you feel bad about. The other one just kind of you just kick. All right, you kick them on out. All right,
Yeah.
and so in the bottom half of that one, we got always borrowing money versus people that watch their phone during the conversation.
Always borrowing money from me.
Always
Because
borrow
watching the
money.
phone, yeah, watching the phone is, you know, I can choose to either keep talking to you, or I can get out the way. But if you keep borrowing money from me, you're gonna get on my nerves. And eventually I'll be dodging
I'm trying to think. Dang. I know when somebody always asking to borrow money, that I can ignore that phone call.
you. Yeah.
Cause you kind of
But
have an idea
eventually you gotta
what it looked like. So you get that first phone call and you might miss it. When they call you back before you return their phone call, they want some money. There's something. They want something. Especially if 24 hours ain't passed. If 24 hours ain't passed, they want something. They about
and
to
I can't
ask for it.
stand that. I can't stand when somebody called me back after I didn't answer. Like don't keep calling me. I'm gonna call you unless it's an emergency. That means that I was either busy or I'm doing something I can't get the phone right now. I'll get back to you. But don't keep calling me unless it's an emergency.
Man, look, they act like they call you back as if you don't have call ID. Like
Yeah.
your phone didn't pull up their name. I don't like that at all. I agree.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I do not. You know what? I need the chat room because I am more. I get more irritated by trying to have a conversation with somebody and they pick up their phone and the video starts.
See, I never had that happen, so I guess that's why I don't really. I see the point, but it's don't. I guess it's why I don't irritate me.
Like it's so difficult to talk to somebody and then Like when they phone just get going. But you know what? That's the money thing. The money thing end whole relationships. That be ending whole relationships. All right. And
Mm.
so on the top half of the online bracket, we have threats to family versus constantly arguing.
Now, when you say threats to family, you mean like somebody that you like a significant other or something, or you?
Like not like if somebody was online talking about like I know where you live.
Okay.
Like say something, I'm gonna pull up on you and your
Hmm.
folks. I know where you live. I know your people.
Mm.
Or those folks that just always arguing about something online.
Yeah, I gotta go with threats to family because they get to a point where it's like, okay, you playing now.
Right.
Like either I'm gonna
You
have to
gotta
get to
defend
you before
yourself.
you get to me,
You
and
gotta
then
you
you
gotta run
already
down
thinking,
on them.
yeah, you gotta catch them before they catch you
Oh, yeah.
because they get to talking about the family. They're like, hold up, you doing too much.
Yeah, you might have to, run down on them after a timeout in the third quarter and tell them to stop effing with your son.
You
You
might
might,
have to,
you might
man.
have to do that.
Hey,
Hey,
because that
while you
ain't.
at work, you might have to do
Yeah, I ain't a part of no
that.
drug cartel, so you ain't gonna be running up there. My folks ain't gonna be having to duck and dodge.
Right. All right. And so on the bottom half of that one, threats to family moves on. We got posting TV or movie spoilers versus the social media police.
Mm,
Damn.
that's a hard one.
Those people that post spoilers. I they that's some crazy. That's madness. That is madness.
And
Because
when the social police, when you mean social media police, you mean like people that's always like trying to tell you what's
they try to tell you what to do with your page.
okay.
Like somebody telling you, "Oh, don't post that or take this down." Uh,
Um, man, I'm going with the social media police,
ooh,
and the only reason I'm going with
ooh,
that because with the movie spoilers, you don't like it, but even though they spoiled it for you, you just about 100% gonna still watch it.
ooh.
But the people that's telling you what to do with your page, um, well, I don't know, because you can just delete them, unless it's family. Now, if it's family, if it's just anybody, then I'm gonna go with posting TV movie spoilers. But if it's family, then I gotta go with social media police because you can't really
It,
delete just drop your family just because they're trying to tell you I don't think you should post this.
there are
You,
no there are no caveats.
dang.
It's across the board. Like I have social media police my cousin because I didn't like that he was misspelling words for no reason. Like he was using WUZ instead of WAS for no reason. It wasn't shortening it or nothing. I couldn't read what he was posting. And he would tag me and stuff, and everything would be spelled wrong. Like he was abbreviating, but he was using the same letters, the same number of letters. And I'm like, hey man,
So you choosing social media police?
I was a social media police, but I don't like when people post. I would choose posting movie spoilers just because I don't like that. I don't, because I would go see it, but if somebody, like, it's one thing for somebody to say if it's good or bad. It's nothing for them to be like, at the end of New Jack City, Nino Brown died. He gets shot by the old dude. You be like, hold on now. Nobody asked you that. Like, nobody asked you to post that at all. Like I
Since
said
there's
it
no
now.
caveats to it, then I'm going with you. I'm going with you on that one.
All right. Man, yeah, that's the... All right, so 2C moves on. The posting them TV movie. The posting the TV movie spoilers will be versus threats to the family. Some of these, it's crazy how in the real March Madness, all the number one teams made it, and people was like, "Hey man, all the number one teams made it. We don't know how we feel about that news." And in reality, it's the reason why they were the number one seed.
The reason why.
Like,
You want to see the best of the best.
Yeah, why are we doing this? All right, and so in the work bracket, we have bad hygiene versus bad bathroom etiquette.
Bad hygiene give me every time.
Hey man,
that person coming up to you right here, and that bruh be on 10. I'll be like, look, man, I see what you're saying, but I'm gonna go over here.
Moby, have you ever had to tell one of your coworkers that they was musty?
No, man, I can't do it. I can't, man. It's hard for me to do that. But it's not hard for me to stay away from it. Now I'll find a way to get away. But I just can't. I don't have it in me to say it. Now if it's my homeboy, I'm like, hey, bro, I can joke with my homeboys. It'll be a joke, but then they'll laugh. But I'm like, no, for real, man, for real, bro. Come on, man. You can go throw some Old Spice on.
Ooh, you a little spicy.
Yeah, bro. But somebody that I don't joke with and laugh with, like, it ain't in me, man. I can't.
You would just let them be funky.
I will, man.
You would let them. Have the spackle right there. You just let that stay right there. We won't say nothing.
Yes, I would do that. I've done it.
Man, something wrong with you.
I can't, man. Now, if it's like something on your face though, now that ain't the problem. If it's something that's like that I know it ain't supposed to be there, then I can. Yeah, that ain't no problem. I mean, you got right there. Yeah, right there. I can do something like I'll tell you. That's easy. But when it's something like bad breath, bad funky armpits or something like that, or got the side spit, it's like I couldn't tell.
Man, I don't know how good of a friend that makes you if you just how good of a person that would make you. If you was trying to holler at a girl and she was pretty, but she had an imperfection like a booger, what would you say?
I tell her. Now I tell her that because, like I said, that's one of the things that I say that's not supposed to be there, or that you can control that one. It's like she got to, I mean, look, because I'll joke about it. Look, now don't get offended or don't feel bad about this, but you got booger right there. No, don't get offended. Don't get ashamed. We all have it. Just go in there and get that booger off your nose.
I don't think you would say that to Maya.
To Maya?
Yeah. I don't think you would tell Maya.
Dude, I'll be trying to be on my best behavior with her. I'll probably leave it on there until she. I probably wouldn't say nothing until unless we going somewhere like if she get ready to go to the bathroom or something. Because I can't let her go to the bathroom knowing that I've seen it on there the whole time. And her go in there and see it and she come back and be like, "Why do you tell me I can't do it?"
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. And you know
I
what's
have.
not gonna happen? When she go in there and know that you've been looking at a book all day, this is not gonna happen. Mm-mm.
Oh, cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out. That's
You know, let
happening.
me out. Let me out
That's
here looking like that all day.
no, that's happening. That she getting pregnant that night,
With a book. And she
real
riding you, and
quick.
then that book will fall out and hit you in the head while she
I'll be
riding
just
you.
like this. I'll be like,
You just take it. Oh, that's so crazy. All right, on the bottom half of that bracket, we talking about in the 3C, too much perfume or cologne versus taking credit. This is in the work section. Taking credit for other people's work.
taking credit. I gotta go with
And
taking credit because that's that thing that gets somebody fighting.
I agree. Taking credit for somebody else's work is out of pocket, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
taking credit is rough.
I know people that wear too much perfume and cologne, but hey, some of that stuff, if you feel like you need it, now I say something about that. I will. I'll be like, hey, 2 sprays. That's all you need. What you trying to do? Set the mood for the whole room?
you you say that to anybody, not just a friend. You just anybody.
Yeah. Look, I'm the person that'll save. I save pretty much all of it. It ain't too much that I won't say because it's all coming from a good spot. You know what I'm saying? I would get the only one that I'd be close to not saying is that telling somebody that I'm not hitting that they box thing. Like that'll be tough. That'll be tough. My problem is I smell everything. I smell everything. There was a time I was working and I smelled the girl. It was one of the ladies I worked with was on her cycle and I could smell it. And I was
Oh
like,
man,
hey, come here. Come here. I gotta holler at you. Listen, I smell something when I passed you. I need you to check all your hot spots, baby girl, because you in that room back there with these people. And if I can smell it, it's a chance that they can smell it. So whatever you gotta do, take about 10 minutes and go do that while we slow. Because I mean, if they complain, then I gotta tell you in a different way. And so
yeah,
take a minute and go check that out. Whatever you got to do. But yeah, it
she
was
go
it was
do it.
pretty rough, man. Yeah, she was gonna do it, man. Man, but people know, like, I don't be meaning no harm. Like, I'm not out here roasting you and be like, yo, your box is trash and it smell bad out in public. But I am that person. I tell you when, hey, what you been drinking? Gin? Yeah, I can smell it on your breath. Like, you giving me PTSD. Like,
Yeah, I
I
can't.
will say it. Hey, my grandfather almost hit me one day because he came out the bathroom one day and he had his underwear tucked. He had his shirt, his top shirt tucked into his underwear, but his underwear was outside of his jeans. And I was like, "Hey, Grandpa, yo," and he was like, "Stop that! Whoa, 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 man! I'm trying to help you. Your drawers are showing, and your shirt is tucked in your drawers. Now I know you tried to do that." But I don't think you wanted your underwear to be on the outside of your jeans. Like you looking real crazy right now. But
No.
you want to be mad at me? You going out here? You look in the mirror first. As your grandson, you look in the mirror first, please, sir.
Mm-mm.
But if you don't want to listen to me, yeah, go on out there if you want to. Let me get my camera.
Watch watch what's gonna happen.
Let me get my camera. We're not doing this. Taking credit for other people's work. That's moving on. Last two before we get on up out of here. In the travel region, kids kicking seats or sleeping on a stranger.
Mm,
I'll go ahead. I'm gonna tell you this. I'll tell you this why you consider. I feel like I can stop somebody from sleeping on me easier or quicker than I stop a kid from kicking the seat. Because you got
True.
to go through.
That's
You got to
true.
go through the channels. Like you accept it. You take two of them, and it's like you give them the look, but you still gonna get kicked even after the look. Because most
And they
parents
might
act like
kick
they don't
more because
see
they
it.
want you to look.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with I want you kid kicking the seat.
The sleeping on the stand, you can just move. Like you move. You can move,
Yeah,
and it's cool.
yeah. I'm with you on
All right.
that one.
But if I gotta say something to your kid, then we definitely got a problem. All right. And so the last one in this region, phone on speaker while you traveling, or bringing smelly food on the plane.
Man, I can't stand that smelly food on the plane. Like that that irks me so bad. Like that, I almost think it. And speakerphone is they both like a tie to me, but I almost feel like I can handle a speakerphone because the conversation might be something juicy. I might can listen to it a little bit for a little bit, but that smelly food on the plane. Anytime I see somebody, if I'm just sitting in my seat and I see somebody coming in and I see them with a bag of food in their hand, I automatically be like,
You feel, you feel some kind of way?
I automatically, as soon as I see them with that little bag of whatever food they got, I'm automatically just looking at them like, you better. I hope you don't sit. I hope you ain't sit by me. Like, please don't sit by me,
Mo be in his feet, draw it back, like open that
man.
bag if you want to.
It that irks me bad. I'm like, man, you couldn't. Sometimes I do understand some people they be late for the plane ride, so they got to try to get what they can. But man, my mindset be like, you couldn't have ate before you got on here or before you came to the airport.
Had to stop at that Panda Express. get,
Yeah, and I can
get
understand
that
grab your
stir fry.
snacks because yeah, get you a little
Yeah.
snack, right? But getting a whole meal and eating it, I'd be like,
I had to get
ah,
that fajita stir fry. That's what I needed.
mm-mm.
I needed a blooming onion from the Outback at the airport. I need
Cause see,
two
I'm
filet
the type I don't
fishes.
want to eat like that. I try not to when I go before I go to play, I try to eat something real light because I don't be want to use the bathroom. I don't want to have to use the. I don't want to have to use the bathroom on the airplane. I don't want to drop one of the deuces on the plane. I ain't with that.
You know
And
what? You
the 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 stall is right here.
Yeah, as soon as you come
It's
out,
right here.
they know it was you.
They know
They
it was
know
you.
it was they know it was you.
Yeah, and if you sit by the thing, I heard them. I heard you.
Soon as you come out, people be like, damn.
Nigga sound like Dougie Fresh in the bathroom. All that beatboxing going on in there.
All right, so which one we moving on to
I'm
the
for me.
smelly
I gotta
food?
pick smelly food. I have to, man.
All right, let's move smelly food on. And so we gonna start up a weekly segment to close out each show. And this is the ask, what would you do? And
Okay.
since we are talking about traveling in this section, I want to know, what would you do? Now, when I saw it, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Take a look. If you saw what you thought you saw, you did. Hold on. One more time for the one time.
Mm, mm, mm.
Producer, you playing? Yeah.
That's
So you saw it
that's
right.
nasty, man.
Fam was peeing on the plane, not in the bathroom, at his seat, peeing on the
Oh,
plane. He's sitting there
that's
in 29C, pulled his jammy out, started, and just peed.
cause see, listen, I'm not, and you know me. Most people know that I'm not a type that try to be confrontational. I try to let things slide and chill. But if I see something like that, I'm immediately saying, "Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?"
I'm about to take a piss.
I can't see myself being silent seeing that because I tell you, because I know one thing for sure is it's gonna slide, it's gonna roll back. It's either gonna roll
Mhm.
back or it's gonna roll forward in that plane. And I was in the as me growing up and riding the bus in school, I saw somebody do not to see it, but I know somebody was peeing and it would roll. You can see it rolling down the aisles and rolling in the seat. So I seen that stuff firsthand growing up as a kid, and I used to that used to make me mad to think about it. But I know as a grown up, if I see something like that, I can't hold my peace. It's a lot of
Man,
stuff I can hold my peace. I can't hold my peace for that.
Jen said she getting him put on a no-fly list. She going full carry mode. You know what? I feel like I would have to be on some Aaron the Plumber stuff. If I was sitting next to him and he pulled out his jammy and started peeing, we got to run the fade. We got to run that fade, fam, because I'm at the airport with my slides on. I got my socks. It splashed off the floor. It hit my foot. Now you done peed on me. I got to run the fade. We just got to
And,
run that fade.
and not only that, man, what makes it even worse is you saw him look over. He knew he was
Yeah.
doing wrong. So he looking around to see. He looked over to see. And not only did he look over to see, but if you look at the plane seats, it's not crowded.
No.
He could have got up and went to use the bathroom.
Hey,
Unless it was it got it, but tell me this, Slick. What do you think had to happen in order for that person to record it at that moment?
the fasten seatbelt sign was on. I didn't look, but I'm almost willing to bet that the fasten seatbelt sign was on. He tried to get up. They told him to sit back down, and he was
Okay.
like, "To hell with this! I'm gonna pee right here if I can't get up." And they was
Okay.
like, "For your
That's what
safety,
I thought.
like I'm just making this up, right? But I can see it had playing out like that because people would just be like, "Well, to hell with it! I'm gonna just pee right
But
here."
but for her to for who I'm saying her, but for whoever pulled it out to record, I'm guessing he probably said, if I can't get up, I'll pee on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
He
That's
probably had to
exactly
say
how it
something
went
like
down.
that.
I would just pee right here. And after that confrontation went down, that little conversation happened, they walked off, and then he was like, "Yeah, all right, bet. I told you I had to pee. I told your ass I had to pee. I'm about to pee right
Right.
here on y'all flow. Turn the plane around then.
So I wonder what charges can be charged on that because they.
Public urination is a crime. Actually,
But
if there's kids on the plane, he could actually be charged with indecent
decent exposure.
exposure. Hell yeah, like that get your ass put on that
But
sex offender list, bro.
tell me, but
You can't pee in the
he could
park, fam.
also, he could also, because what we saw it coming from this area, but we didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? So he probably could make something up and be like, nah, I just had a little squirt or something just to make it seem
No,
like it.
No, you can't. No, what we doing that for? You're not getting that on the plane. You done bought through a squirter thing in the airport at Hudson News.
I'm trying to think of how, because you know how people are always trying to defend, excuse me, how people always trying to defend stuff and they'll come up with some kind of lie and make it seem like, because we didn't actually see it unless it's later in the video
I
or
think they
earlier in the
record.
video.
I think they recorded for not holding their phone up, being like this. Get the dick. Like get the job.
They might have got it, but the
We
way
are
that
the
angle,
world.
it was like, I don't know. If that's part of they got it, he might can, especially if he get a lawyer, they'll be like, "What? You don't have proof that's what that is."
There's. I'm sure there's some witnesses.
That's
I'm
crazy
sure.
though. He just
I'm sure there's some witnesses.
That's nasty though, man. That's nasty.
Hell yeah. But you gotta run that. You gotta run that thing. I know several flight attendants. They can only tell you not to go because the seatbelt sign on. They can't physically stop you from going. So you really have to go. You can go.
Mm.
But two chops to the throat. Hell yeah.
Hey, I'm with you, Pop.
Like I don't even like when dudes try to talk to me at the urinals because I'm like, hey,
Man,
that's too close with your Johnson out. But we
yeah.
sitting on the plane and you just like, nah. What you about to do?
I gotta say something. I gotta say something. I can't. I would have to say something about that.
Soon as I saw him go to unzip his pants, hey, I'm out. I'm up. I'm out. Fasten seatbelt on this nigga back here peeing, man. Y'all figure it out, fam. I need a new seat. I'm good. You gotta figure this out, huh? I put my seatbelt on somewhere else because I will do it. Let me take my stuff off the overhead bin, get my shit from up under this seat that he done already pissed on.
Yeah.
Like I'm out.
Right.
Fuck that.
So just imagine you got your carry on down on the ground, and your carry
Yeah.
on. You got to lift your carry on. Got that saturation on it.
Oh look, you know what happened? He would have been like baby boy Jody, and when the Bing Rains hit it with that let some peas had a roll to the back. Some kind of shit. Black man, you motherfucker.
Look, Nick.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
that's rough, man. That's nasty, man.
What we not gonna do? I
What
ain't
we
about to
not
just
gonna do?
I ain't about to just get peed on now. That's wild. We ain't doing that. I ain't just taking no pee. But
Man,
look,
just
good
thinking about it, man. Yeah.
Man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Y'all been dope as usual.
Appreciate y'all
Man,
chatting with us.
hope y'all bracket still intact if you got some bread on the line. But until next time, good people, y'all stay safe out in these
Yeah.
streets.
Peace.